Welcome to the WRC podcast. I'm your host, Katrina Marie, and you're in the right place. Here at the Well-Rounded Counselor podcast, what you can expect is to learn, shift your thinking, and gain personal and professional growth. And if you have not yet done so, hit that subscribe button so you never miss another podcast episode. The conversation starts now. Hey everybody, welcome back to another episode of the WOC podcast. I'm your host, Katrina Marie, and I am so delighted that you decided to join me on another episode this week. Now, every Monday, I'm going to be doing my very, very best to release a new episode, and lots of juicy, delicious interviews are coming up, and I'm super excited to be interviewing some amazing people and also sharing some behind the scenes of what's going on in my world in terms of well-roundedness, counseling, professional development, all of that good stuff. And today's topic I wanted to share with you is why I decided to write a book. Now, I have been slowly introducing this whole announcement like, hey, I'm writing a book. I'm going to be launching it soon, to be determined, all of that good stuff. And I'm still in the production behind the getting it all packaged, ready to go. It's taking longer than I anticipated, but I will be wanting you to sign up below, putting in your email address so you are the first to know when it is going to be released. So all those details will be below in the show notes. But before we get started, I just want to thank each and every one of you for tuning in week after week. And also, if you can leave me a rating on Spotify, it would honestly mean the world to me. So all you need to do is just pause that little button and just take a second to give me a 5-star review or 4-star, whatever you feel is appropriate, but hopefully it's 5. And leave me that review or a comment or something that you can help me out with. If that's how people find me on Spotify, that's how other people get inspired by keywords and all of that to find relatable topics that they're searching for. So please do me that favor. Thank you. So, why did I decide to write a book? Well, uh, it was just something that has been long overdue, to be very honest with you. I actually started writing this book back in 2018, and I kind of talk about the journey of why and everything in the book. So, without going into too much detail, I wanted to share something that was bugging me, something that was on my heart, an idea that I kept hearing in my profession. And I felt like there was no real definition of a well-rounded counselor. And I wanted to kind of explore this topic and understand it better and to create kind of a definition of what this could look like. So I ultimately, number one, I wanted to share my journey of becoming a counselor, of becoming this idea of a well-rounded counselor. And let me tell you, it wasn't easy. There were many steep learning curves. And I wish so much that I had a mentor, or I knew that I needed a mentor back when I first started out in the field of counseling and college counseling. And this was something that I didn't know that I needed. And this was something that could have avoided a lot of other challenges and struggles that I had encountered. Not saying that I had it really tough, but there were learning curves, not only professionally, but personally, I needed to work on. So it didn't affect my counseling skills. So, number one, I wanted to share my journey. Not saying that it's anything magical or special or different. I'm no different than you as a listener. I'm a normal, average aged working woman who has a career and ultimately just wants to share my journey and what has worked out. Thankfully, for the most part, it has worked out very well. Number two, I wanted to share what got me to this point in my career. So I wanted to share the experience of my job searching and all the golden nuggets of things I've learned along the way, because there are a lot of things I didn't know about what to look for in a job, what to look for in going overseas, and the lifestyle that was going to come with it. So I wanted to help share that message of what got me to this point in my career 15 years later. Now, many of you know that I've been in the profession for a very long time, and I started off back in California, and now I'm in the Middle East. And most of my professional career has been abroad. So I wanted to share all the little golden pieces of wisdom, nuggets that I wanted to give to somebody else. It's again that mentor experience that I wish I knew that back when I was going through this process and somebody could just give me everything I needed to know. And I can't do that in a small booklet. What I guess, a small book is under 100 pages. So I can't really give you every single thing that I went through, but I wanted to give you the golden nuggets, the big pieces of what could help you, especially in the international field of college counseling. Number 3, people reach out to me a lot asking me how I became a counselor. They see that I travel, that I'm meeting interesting people, and they believe that what I do, helping people, helping kids, families, is a very rewarding career. And I will agree with all of those things. Yes, I do travel a lot. I do get to meet really interesting people that I don't think I would meet if I was living back in the US. I mean, I'm meeting all kinds of people from different cultures and backgrounds and socioeconomic statuses and people from different countries that I never thought I would ever meet. So that's super cool. And it's teaching me so much about how I can become a better counselor, a better person, a more well rounded, more open minded person ultimately at the end of the day. And I think that these skill sets that I'm getting in this career can translate into so many areas of our lives. Yes, what I do is very rewarding, helping people. If you're in any helping profession, whether you're a doctor, a veterinarian, a personal assistant, I mean, any helping agent person, you are going to have a rewarding career because you're helping other people and you're giving from a place of genuineness. So, a lot of people come to me and say, "Why did you leave LA and move to Dubai? And why did you do this?" There was so much, and so I deliver all of that in my book, and I want you to know the backstory of who I really am and what got me to this point. So that's number 3. Number 4, I wanted to share that I'm still on this journey with you. So just because I've reached a certain point in my career does not mean that this is one and done. Uh, it doesn't mean that, I'm done in my learning or in my growth. It's just not over. This is just the beginning, and I'm still on this journey, and even just this week alone I have so many networking things where I'm still growing and I'm still going to be asking questions and I'm going to go meeting new people and getting familiar with different things that will help me in my personal and professional practice. So again, the learning never stops. So I'm with you. I'm on this journey. Just because I have, something to say does not make me, the expert, the one and only, once one and done. It's it. I've finished my learning forever. No, 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 no. This is a constant journey. And if you go back to some of my other podcasts, Life is Our PhD, we're constantly learning, we're constantly evolving, we're constantly becoming better. 1% better every day adds up over the course of a year. So you got to ask yourself, how are you going to be doing that? And that's the other thing in this book. There is a workbook piece in one of the chapters where you get to actually sit down and reflect. And it's very playful, it's very fun. And if you're a college counselor, you'll see what I mean when you buy the book. So it's playful, it's fun, it's kind of lighthearted, and it mirrors the college application process. So it's kind of a play on words almost. So again, I wanted to share this journey with you and be on it with you that the growth never stops, even when we want to move on to a new position. Number 5, I am definitely not trying to be a thought leader. I am just sharing my wisdom and experience that can help someone else be successful in their career or in their life. Ultimately, what I have to say in this book doesn't mean that it is the end all be all, the holy grail. It is not a certification. It is not anything that's going to catapult you into being a certified counselor. It is just my experience and what has worked well for me. And it is advice. That's advice. It's not medical advice, but it's advice. And I feel like it's very sound advice that I would give to anybody who were to seek any professional advice from me. So ultimately, I wanted to give access to that because I do feel that I've been in many different circumstances and I've experienced many different things, whether they're ethical dilemmas or they're personal tug of wars, mind over matter, mind over heart, where you just felt like you don't know what to do. So I wanted to share just some wisdom and experience of what has worked well for me and has helped me slowly in my career, not slowly, but over time. And I genuinely just want to help people. That's really why I wrote it at the end of the day. I genuinely felt like this was something on my heart. This was something that wasn't out there. This was something that I felt like could really help people who are curious about what I do and curious about the field I'm in, or people that are in this field and want a different perspective or a fresh perspective on things. At the end of the day, I was never a book reader growing up. I never thought I would go to college, let alone graduate school. I always thought that I would just become like a choreographer like Janet Jackson or Paula Abdul. But I always also had a bigger dream and a bigger belief that there were big things out there for me. And I know that if you're listening to this, maybe you feel that way too, that you have big dreams and big goals, and life could get even better than it is in this very moment, and not to ever give up. And so I just wanted this book to be a source of inspiration, that there's someone out there that cares about you, cares about your growth. Even if I don't directly tell you that, you purchasing that book is that step in that direction of me offering that advice, me offering that support. I'm really excited about it. I'm really thinking big and beyond. I'm even thinking of creating additional books in the same topic, but focusing on like maybe single people or couples, or different types of groups of people, because I really believe that everybody experiences changing careers or changing job positions or changing countries differently, whether you're by yourself or with a family. It all is just, it just depends, right? So ultimately, I just want to help people. And this has been on my heart for a really, really long time. And I'm sure you can hear it in my voice. I'm even smiling ear to ear as I'm telling you this, because I've realized my passion is helping other counselors become better counselors. And if there's any way I can do that in the masses, is maybe through this podcast, where we have meaningful discussions or interviews or ideas that pop up, and me writing this book. My dad calls it a booklet, funny enough. He's like, this is not a book. I'm like, yes, it is. Anyway, I'm super excited. I'm hoping May 2023 I can release it to you. That is my goal. The sooner the better. But again, I'm still in the process of some of the final production and things like that. So it's going to be an ebook. There will be a paperback book, but I wanted to just push the ebook because that is more accessible for most people, because most people are on their phone or their laptop or Kindle or whatever you read nowadays. So I'm trying to push the ebook. And if you do sign up early, I am going to be giving a very, very, very generous discount within the first probably few days or week of its release. I haven't fully decided on that, but for sure I'm going to be giving a very, very generous discount on the book. So if you are interested, please make sure that you do sign up on the wait list and you express that you are interested in purchasing it. So yeah, there you have it. Those were my reasons why I decided to write a book, and I'm really excited. It is called The Well-Rounded Counselor: Considerations for International College Counselors, and I'm excited to be releasing it in the coming weeks, coming month, hopefully. And thank you so much for, again, all of your support, all of your kind words, all of your just support, ultimately to motivate me and keep going, because at the end of the day, that's what we're here to do for each other, is to uplift each other, to build each other, to be a blessing in each other's lives, and to make sure that we overcome anything that comes our way. So without further ado, I am going to wish you an amazing week. I hope you crush your goals. I hope you are productively busy and you spend time for yourself to do something nice for yourself. All the best and have a lovely week. See you. Did you love the episode? I hope you're feeling inspired and no longer feeling alone out there, and you're ready to evolve and become a better person. Make sure that you share this podcast or take a screenshot and post it on your social media. That's how you help spread this podcast organically, and people can find it much easier when you share, or share it with a loved one. I'm your host, Katrina Marie, and make it your mission to be a blessing in someone else's life today.